Hi everyone, this is DashCam Driver, and this is the new S810 DashCam from PapaGo. Full disclosure before we get started, I'm not being paid for this video, but PapaGo did give me the camera for free to do the review. So that said, this will be an unbiased review. Also, I'll be doing a giveaway for this exact camera, which I'll be announcing the winner for in an upcoming video. All you need to do to enter is be subscribed and comment PapaGo below in this video. Good luck! Now let's take a look at the new PapaGo S810. Starting with price, the S810 is available right now for $169.99, and it's only available through Best Buy, so you have to go there if you want to buy it. It's 2 channels, 1080p front and rear. You do have to manually change the resolution in the rear camera from 720 to 1080 in the settings the first time you use it. Now, in my opinion, $169 is slightly on the high side, even for a dual channel dash cam, but the micro SD card is actually included, which is a big plus, so we're only losing 1 point here, giving 4 out of 5 steering wheels for price. Now for the contents of the box. What do you get for $169? You obviously get the front and rear facing dash cameras themselves, along with 2 mounts for the front, 1 suction cup and 1 adhesive mount. The rear facing camera only has 1 mounting option, and that is adhesive. As I mentioned, a big plus is that you also get a micro SD card included with this camera, which means it's ready to go out of the box, no other components needed. That's huge. Also included is a data cable if you'd like to manually plug in and transfer the data straight from the dash cam to your computer, as well as these other cables for connecting to power and connecting the front camera to the back camera. Worth noting as well is that the S810 is ready for GPS, but the GPS itself is not included. You have to buy that separately. Also, there is not a battery inside the camera that allows it to operate when disconnected from power. So while it does have motion detection for parking lot assistance, you're not going to be able to use that if your cigarette lighter does not have constant power in your car. Overall, I'm very impressed that a micro SD card is included, and I think every dash cam should come with its own SD card. 4 out of 5 steering wheels for contents, losing half a point here for no GPS included, and also losing another half a point for no battery inside the camera, so you have zero ability to use that parking lot feature if you don't have constant power in your car. Now, arguably the most important category, which is video quality. 1080p in the front and in the rear is very good. However, 1080p when it comes to dash cams is not always the same thing. There is blurry 1080p and there's regular 1080p and there's actually really good 1080p. While video quality isn't bad, it doesn't seem like it's as good as it could be for pure 1080p. In addition, the darks seem really crushed in a lot of scenarios, and that could make it difficult to identify a license plate. Unlikely, but it's possible. Also worth noting is I feel the rear-facing camera has slightly lower video quality than the front-facing camera, even though they're both supposed to be 1080p. The rear camera just seems a little fuzzier than the front. Now let's take a look at a couple of side-by-side comparisons, looking at some license plates to see how clear this camera is versus other cameras on the market. Overall, the video quality of the S810 is good, but not great, and gets 3.5 out of 5 steering wheels for average quality, minus half a point for some crushed darks, and minus another point for lacking the ability to shoot 4K or even 2K, which a lot of other dash cams offer right now. Next, we'll look at usability in terms of hardware and software. Starting with hardware. The S810 is very easy to set up and attach. Ports are easily accessible, they're in the right places, and setup and installation are intuitive. While the mounting mechanism is effective, I'm not the biggest fan of this dangling method of attaching the camera to the mount, just because of the slight camera jiggle you get as a result. A big positive for me for the S810 is that the event button is clearly marked. Most cameras don't mark the event button, and they even put them right next to the power or record button sometimes. So I've found myself in the past accidentally pressing the record button inadvertently because I'm trying to keep my eyes on the road. The S810 puts the event button on the left, closest to the driver and farthest away from the record button. Overall, the hardware is good quality, and it does not feel like cheap, quickly thrown together plastic. On to software features, of which this camera has many, and while I won't go through all of them, I'll highlight a couple of the interesting ones that are turned on by default. The first is stop sign detection, which alerts you audibly as you approach a stop sign, and this actually works. There are other interesting features as well, such as the stop and go feature, which alerts you when the driver in front of you has moved if you're still sitting still at a green light, for example. There's a driver fatigue alert, a headlight reminder, all kinds of cool features that, while are nice, I don't feel are necessary. And some of them are turned on by default, as I mentioned, which means this thing is going to be beeping at you at every single stop sign you come to, which for me is a little bit of an annoyance, and it's easy to turn it off, but just something to consider. File storage and presentation is also very important, and the files are presented to you in a way that you would expect. Files are displayed in chronological order, and the event file is clearly identified and easily accessible. One thing I do feel the S810 is missing is the ability to adjust the loop duration. Most other dash cams I've used and tested allow you to change the loop duration between 1, 3, 5 minutes, and sometimes even up to 20 minutes. You cannot change the loop duration with the S810. It is set to 5 minutes by default, and that's where it stays. This isn't a big deal, but for someone like me, it's going to increase the time that I spend scrubbing through videos looking for a 10-second event, because rather than scrubbing through a 3-minute clip, I have to scrub through a 5-minute clip, and that's not ideal. So the overall score for usability is 4 out of 5 steering wheels. There is a large, easily viewable LCD screen, and I love that the event button is clearly marked. We're losing half a point here for all the beeping at me and all the features that I have to turn off, and another half a point for not being able to adjust the duration of the loop recording. With an overall score of 15.5 out of 20 steering wheels, the S810 is a good dash cam that will get the job done, and translates into a C+ grade. It's ready to go out of the box, easy to set up, and clearly marked buttons make the S810 simple to use. But just average image quality and the inability to adjust the loop duration hold this camera back from being great to just being good. So if you can find a deal on one of these, I would recommend picking it up. But I personally have experienced better image quality at the $169 price point as far as dash cams go, although there is something to be said about the fact that the micro SD card is included, which surely drives the price up a bit. In any case, the C+ grade for the S810 isn't bad considering how flooded the dash cam market is with worthless $30 knockoff pieces of garbage. The S810 is a legitimate dash cam and a good piece of hardware that will satisfy most. Thanks to PapaGo for the opportunity to review the S810, and thanks to all of you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment below PapaGo on your way out to be entered to win this dash cam. I'll announce the winner shortly in an upcoming video, and I'll be back soon with more Bad Driver Fail compilations. Thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're new to the channel and you like watching bad drivers do dumb things, I post new videos about that pretty much every week. So click the subscribe button, and you can also tap the little bell if you want to get notifications every time I post a new video.